Hey guys, it's me, Kisame Unlimited, and I'm with Spidey24. And today we are doing our top 10 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and the one difference is after we do this, we're going to do other top 10s, like our top 10 hated Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So don't forget to like this video if you would like to see our top 10 most hated cards in this game. My number 10 is my secret wind-up Zen mains, which I got from my friend.
Why is it your favorite?
It's my favorite because when I first saw Zen mains, when Exodia first came out, I'm like, oh my god, this card's broken as all fuck. And then I said to myself, like, wait a minute, I need to get this card. It was like $100 when it first came out, and then my friend Reggie pulled it and he gave it to me, and I was just like, ever since here on out, this card means something to me.
My number 10 is going to be Dark Simorgh. I love that card, mainly because it's one of those cards that made me really bring together Harpies, and Harpies is from an old thing that I love from back in the day, which is like a little something old with a little something new, and I love to use it in my strategy all together with my Black Wings. It brings together two completely different deck types that you would never see together, and it combines them in such an equal perfect harmony, and he's just the perfect blend. So, number 10, Dark Simorgh.
Mine is Bryonic, Take Me Supersonic.
And mine is Guardian Yugioh.
Yeah, alright. Bryonic Supersonic, I actually got this card when I went with John for like a sneak preview because I was just like, I'm going to get back into Yu-Gi-Oh! And it was like right during that whole time when I made Ojamas.
Yep.
So it's just like, when I got this card, I paid like $20 for it. I'm like, this card... so awesome. And this card I'll always want to see come off the ban list. However, I will never collect this card because I only like this one copy. And I remember the guy said, this card has a crease in it. I'll give it to you for 20. I'm like, there's no fucking crease. The guy's an idiot. And I'm just like, and then ever since then I heard that Christina Aguilera song, Bryonic, Take Me Supersonic.
My number 9 is Guardian Yugioh because I love Guardians. Then somebody threw it at me. They was like, you know what you need, Evan? You need Guardian monsters. I was like, what? And then I just grew so attached to them. And then, you have so much respect for a player like Raphael who made them he made them better because of the respect that he had for those cards. He was like the real definition of somebody who respected their cards, and that's what's influenced me in the way I treat Underground.
We both love Raphael so
that's what
much.
I'm saying, but it influenced me the way I treat Underground, the way I treat my cards. It's influenced me so much as a duelist, and Yugioh represents all that. That's why Yugioh is number 9.
My number 8 is Exodia.
Your number 8 is Exodia. My number 8 is Thought Ruler Archfiend.
I always liked Thought Ruler also. As for Exodia, the main reason why I loved Exodia so much as a kid, because I remembered back in the day, as a kid, you would see Exodia, $100. And as a kid, you're never going to get no fucking $100. And it was just like, one day, Exodia, I'll have you. And then people were like, I already have the whole Exodia. It's like, how'd you get it? I stole it. And I'm like... I'll never have an Exodia. And I remembered I got my first set of Exodia for $5 out of a guy's dollar binder. Had a whole set. I actually told the guy, $5 is a little steep for me, and I already have one of the pieces. Can I just buy the other 4 for $4? You're just like, you know what? I'll give you the whole set for $4. And I got a whole set of Exodia for like $4, and that's what inspired me going after all the Exodia heads in fucking existence. So.
My number 8 is Thought Ruler because back in the day when Synchros first came out...
Yeah, we thought we loved that card.
Yeah, because it was it was either Stardust Dragon or Thought Ruler Archfiend.
Yeah, and we just preferred...
Yeah, because Thought Ruler it had kind of the same...
I was actually the one with Thought Ruler a lot, and you were the one with Go You Guardian.
Yeah, Go You Guardian's still stronger. But my thing is, I like Thought Ruler because he just represents a time that was just like a really good place in dueling when Synchro Monsters came out. Because when Synchro Monsters came out, they didn't really have that big of an impact on the game as much as Exceeds did.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why he's my number 8. So
number 7 for me is Sapphire Pegasus, the Ultra one. You should know this because you were there the day I got this card. Like it. Okay, so that's why I love Sapphire Pegasus because when I got it, because I remember I went up to one guy, I basically took everything I pulled in the sneak preview, and I went up to the guy, a guy, and I said, all right, You seem like a gay fella. No, no, but I went up to one person. I gave him like all the shit I pulled in the C preview for that card. I had like a blueprint from my Crystal Beast deck, and that day I never forgot.
And my number 7 is, I believe the card's name is Rebound, Inbound, Unbound. This guy keeps saying it so many different ways. I can't even remember what the goddamn name is. But you know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm talking about when I tell you the card description.
I'm going to show the card like right here, like so people will see the card.
I actually love this card mainly because of its ability.
It's actually kind of weird because it's new.
And like I said, I love this card mainly for its ability and how it fits so well in today's like type of dueling.
I never even seen the card before. I'm gonna when I make this video and I edit it, I'm gonna actually see this card for the first time.
I think I've used it against you before. Because it works well against cards like, today.
You know what's one of my favorite cards? Terrapod. You know that card would go, you Guardian? No, I'm kidding. That's not my favorite card.
But, like, it's one of those type of things because, like, nowadays people are starting to use compulsory evacuation device more and more and other effects that, like, try to bounce your monster back to your hand, like you and your
So you like him, so he's, like, in a good situation for you?
Yeah, you and your Pleiades, because it has that ability where it negates those type of abilities, and if you destroy it while it's face down with, like, MSTs, like I try to set it like a trap, I also plus. So it's like I plus regardless, and it lets me go in my opponent's hand anywhere. It's such a good card. It's like the new town. It's like a new age staple for me.
Okay. My number 6 is the Bandai Red Eyes Black Dragon. This card meant a lot to me because there was only one person on YouTube that had this card. And if people look up this card, they'll see the video I'm talking about. The guy's just like, oh, this is my rarest card, the Bandai Red Eyes Black Dragon, but I'm willing to trade it for this. I'm like, when you have such a really nice card, how dare you consider trade? This card, I actually spent basically $170 just for this card, almost. Because I bought the whole Bandai set mainly for him. I had almost a decent chunk of the Bandai cards beforehand. I did it all for this card. This card reminds me of that whole month of me waiting and going on eBay and look, new listing, never see one, and I eventually got one in my hand, and that meant so much to me, getting one for the first time.
My number 6 is going to be the VYW XYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon, whatever the hell his name is.
You don't even know his name.
No, there's like a whole long thing. And I love that card because, one, it represents so much. Because back in the day, the XYZs and the VYWs, I've always had a thing for them. And then the fact that it looks like such a big Megazord. Yes. And then, it represents like Power Rangers back in the days, and you throw those, like, it's just such a cool looking card. And it doesn't really have the best of abilities where it's not worth all that
I think it reminds you mainly of your childhood. That's why you really love it.
Yeah.
This Bandai Blue Eyes White Dragon. I have 3 of these. This card means so much to me because this was the card that I bought for Christmas from my grandmother. She got it for me on Christmas, and this card actually got me on eBay. If it wasn't for this card, I wouldn't have any of the other nice, really cards. Anytime I make the extremely rare cards edition, and I say, oh, I got this nice card, it wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't for this card, because I would not have that if it wasn't for this. So this card means a lot to me for that, plus it's blue eyes. It looks beautiful. I love this card. Number 5.
Of Gore's Emissary of Darkness.
That's fine.
Yeah, I know. It just distracted me. I love that card. I loved it since before it even came out, back when it was like in video games and it wasn't released yet. I've always had a thing for that card.
You showed it to me originally, Gores, and I was just like, this card's going to be like $100. No, it's like $5. What?
Yeah, it's just always been a great card. It's always been such a situational, a game saver, a game changer. It comes with extra token. It's just a great card.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you like it?
Number 4 for me, Ancient Gear Golem, the one I got from my grandmother. It's ironic, both of these cards are like from my grandmother, like right next to each other. I remembered when I was younger, I first met you, and I had that card, and I got it right in the beginning. Hold on, I put it down. I'm like, I summon, the kid version, I summon Ancient Gear Golem, Gene Sadator. Man, I would go like that, and just like, slam it against the wall, just like, now, mechanized melee.
I'm mad you remember the name.
You remember that?
Mechanized melee.
Mechanized melee. Because I would always do that, like, and I would just go, and it was the first card I picked. I'm like, oh, I want this. I want a Thunder Giant. But then I went home and I was watching like the GX intro, just like, game on, you better play card. I'm like, that's Ancient Gear Golem. I got that card.
In the intro.
My card's in the intro. I'm special.
My number 4 is Jinzo. I love Jinzo. I
Stop, Anthony. Sit down. That's what I'll never forget about Jinzo.
Jinzo is just always. I love Jinzo. I wish I could it was because back in the day when trap cards were such a thing, back when Mirror Force was a problem, and all these other trap cards was a problem, because that was back how I dueled back then, when trap cards were the only thing that could kill monsters, that made your turn to turn so devious and so strategical. When you play Jinzo, it's I stopped everything, I stopped all your defenses, so I can just keep attacking you all I wanted.
Yeah,
that's why
Jinzo was cool,
and he's been such an inspiration to keep me making my machine deck. And the reason why I have my machine deck today, that's why I love Jinzo.
Number 3, Testament of the Arcane Lords. This card reminds me of the Ring Dragon of Ra, and I obsess over that card, and I fantasize about this fucking card. This card makes me feel like I'm a world champion. It makes me feel like I am a champion, when in actuality I am not. But overall, it makes me feel special. This card makes me feel like gold into my soul. But
we're on number 3?
Yeah, this is number 3 is Testament.
Alright. Is that it?
Well, I would probably say I felt like this the same way I felt about the Red Eyes. It was because this card cost, if I would buy this card now, it would cost me $250. However, I had to have it. It was one of those cards that I felt like I had to own, and it meant so much to me. And I got it. And I got it. And
my number 3 is Nimble Manga, because that's
Nimble Manga.
That's my signature card. He's my card. That's my guy. When
I first met you, when I was 14, 15?
Yeah.
I was 14, I'm 22 now. I remember bumping it, and just I attack your face down, Evan, and you're just you attacked my Nimble Manga. What's that?
I remember because we was on the phone.
I asked you. I'm on the phone doing it. What's that?
And I had to
Yugi, what's that thing?
And I had to explain it to you, and you really were so skeptical.
I was just they wouldn't make a card that good.
As I remember,
I didn't have a computer, so I never heard a card that awesome. My number 2, Chimera, the Master of Beasts. This card means so much to me. This card comes close to hitting Ancient Gear Golem and Pleiades levels of how much. Because, I don't know, this card was the first card I ever went for when it came to, special cards. But this card, first of all, Kirby showed it to me in the beginning. Kirby showed me this, maybe a year or 2 ago. Maybe a year and a half ago. Just this card has an amazing artwork. I'm looking at it. And he showed it to me over YouTube, and I was just But the reason why was because I was just oh, I'll never get a card like that, whatever.
Yeah.
So when I first saw it, $50, I'm then when I got it, I was just when I bought it and was waiting for it, I'm oh my god. And then I started obsessing. I'm just I have so many, I would draw this card. And this card just meant so much to me. And that's the one thing, it had nothing really to do with this card can't be summoned. It's just something that I'm supposed to look at and appreciate. And I appreciate it. I love it. I don't really even care that it's a prize card. I just love it because it reminds me of a god card. It's my god card. Object of a mystical god, and this is Beast God Chimera.
God's smart. God's garbage.
You could talk shit.
See,
about
your cards
Testament.
are all these different kinds of gods. My number 2 card is a god. It's not like a god. It's the god of all cards. It ain't no Exodia. I'm talking about the Winged Dragon of Ra. That's my number 2 favorite card. And Winged Dragon of Ra has a very sentimental meaning to me.
I know.
Because of the fact that when I got it, it was at such a time when God cards... It was I got it right when God cards were introduced in the anime. And of course it's the one that can't be used in a duel. For 11 years, I fought for that card. I've literally fought for that card. It was a price on my head. I used to go to a park and duel people and beat people with that card, and they wanted that card. They didn't want me to have that card. I had to fight for that card.
My number 1 is Constellar Pleiades. My original favorite card used to be Ancient Gear Golem, but this card took the cake. Ever since, I don't care about this card's effect. It's its artwork. I love it because...
And what it represents?
Yes. I've always been an insane person for zodiac signs. You knew this about me. I always cared about zodiac signs. And I said it before. They should make an archetype based off zodiac signs. Pleiades is the ultimate badassery of zodiac combination, and it has 2,500 attack points. It's just like a protagonist card. I like its artwork. I like the stars in the background. I like that and he introduced me to Exceeds. I probably wouldn't have got into XYZ summoning as much if it wasn't for him. So that card holds a special place in my heart because of that. The card has been with me for so long already, for 2 years. And you know the good thing is when a card is released, so many people like hop on its dick. I was like the first person to jump on it. Nobody could say, oh, well, I like... You see, anytime when people are like, oh, I like Pleiades, I like... Nah, man. Nah. Don't net deck me, bro.
Because Celtic Guardian meant so much to that moment. We were like such a weak card like Celtic Guardian, defeating like a blue-eyed white dragon.
I'm the Celtic Guardian, stronger than titanium.
Yes.
Fuck the blue eyes white dragon. That's what you were doing. Fuck the blue eyes white dragon.
And like when they made him not Celtic Guardian, I was like, I honestly thought when he used Celtic Guardian and like it had that ability in anime, I was like, oh, Celtic Guardian has an ability now. I didn't know it was like a different card. But you know, to me, they
should have called it Obnoxious Celtic Guardian, not Obnoxious Celtic Guard.
I understand why they didn't, just to like clarify effects and bullshit. But you know, I don't really have a problem with all that.
I don't know. They call him. They make Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight, but they can't make Obnoxious Celtic Guardian.
But I mean, I'm more or less on the fact of like, all right, whatever. It's basically the same card to me. It's always gonna be the same card.
Yeah,
I love that card. You know. Yeah.
So yeah, this is our top 10 favorite cards. These are the cards that mean the most to us. What are yours? Make a video response if you like to, or leave them below. Don't forget to like the video. If this video gets 50 likes, we'll do our top 10 hated mother effing cards. These are cards not just based off the format, but in all a generation of Yu-Gi-Oh!